Here tonight's match officials, please welcome referee Jeremy Shear, assistant referee Brett Hamill, assistant referee Stephen Milhone. Our fourth official this evening is Island Hexana. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the Indy 11. Please welcome their captain, number 14, Aiden Quinn. In goal, number 10, Hunter Silty. Number 3, Aiden Stanley. Number 15, Adrian Deespay. Number 30, Ben Ofcham. Number 33 is Hayden White. Number 8, Jack Blake. Number 32, Bram Sumaoro. Number 99 is Malik Foster. Number 10, Romario Williams. Number 9, Augie Williams. In the 11 led by head coach Sean McCollum with assistant coaches Gabe Zapponi and Phil Crosser. Tonight's match ball is being delivered by PDGA Raleigh Capital Area President Jay Pintier. Let's welcome Jay to the field.
A perfect evening here at WakeMed Soccer Park, the last day of summer. And tonight, North Carolina FC looks to continue their scorching hot form at home as they take on the Indy 11, a former NASL rival, right here on ESPN+. NCFC has been scoring goals for fun and are going to need to do it again because in the Eastern Conference standings, they have fallen to 11th place, and their loss last week allowed Charleston to clinch a playoff spot. Currently, they are 4 points out of the playoffs with just 7 games to go. Meanwhile, Indy got a much-needed win last Saturday and are sitting in 5th place. They're looking to separate themselves from the bottom of the playoff field with a win and 3 points tonight. And good evening, everyone. Dean Linke, always great to be with Andrew Tate. And Andrew, Indy 11 has dominated North Carolina FC. North Carolina FC has not defeated Indy 11 since 2017.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I know a lot of Indy fans look back on their games against North Carolina with a lot of fond memories. It's been good times for them, but this is a must-win game for North Carolina tonight.
For North Carolina FC to get that must-win, you're looking at the left side of the team.
Yeah, there's a little tweak. Obviously, Justin Malou's out suspended, got sent off in the last game in the opening 3 minutes of the game, so it's a big change for them. He'll be out on the right side. Lamar Batista is going to come into the left side, which will shift Paco Craig across to that position on the right side of the back three, and Ezra Armstrong on that left wing back position. The relationship between these two is going to be really, really important as they deal with Malik Foster, who will be attacking the other way. But look for Ezra Armstrong to scamper down the left and try and pin Malik Foster back in his own half. But the way these two link together to try and handle that defensive left side for North Carolina is going to be crucial. You mentioned Malik Foster. Let's take a look at Malik Foster for the Indy 11. He was a big pickup from the Switchbacks just a few weeks ago. It's just his 6th appearance for Indy 11 this season. He's got 5 goals on the season. A real talented Jamaican player, 27 years old. He's a player that I know Sean McCauley likes a lot, and I look for him to be getting on the ball and trying to get things going for the visitors tonight. Indy 11 leads this series, 11 wins, just 4 losses and 4 draws. Will Olex turn into Golex Anderson tonight? We'll find out. It'll be the lineups and the kick when we return for North Carolina FC and Indy 11.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. Getting set for North Carolina FC and Indy 11. Dean Linke with Andrew Tate. Andrew, let's go to work and show everybody the starting lineups. We'll start with the home team. John Bradford's North Carolina FC.
Yeah, 2 changes for the team that went out against Memphis last weekend. Suffered a 3-0 defeat there on the road. But in comes the master of mayhem, Olex Anderson Jr. to spearhead the attack. Louis Perez drops to the bench. And then with the suspension of Justin Malou, we'll see Lamar Batista coming at left centre-back and Paco Craig, the captain, shifting across to the right-hand side.
All right, and the starting lineup for the Indy 11.
And Indy 11 haven't had back-to-back wins since June 15th, so despite a really hot start, they're a little bit cold at the moment, but they had a 3-1 win last time out against El Paso at home, so they've gone with the exact same 11. The two Williams up top makes it easy for me and you, Dean. Romario and Oggy, they'll be leading the line with Malik Foster and Jack Blake supplying lots of creativity in behind, but it's a strong Indy 11 that are looking to get another victory. And there's head coach Sean McCauley, another Yorkshireman like me. Well, he spent a lot of time in Yorkshire, and someone that I know well from my youth career, but a really impressive coaching candidate, and someone that I know Indy 11 are really lucky to have. And they had a good first season here at Indy, and they'll be looking to try and cement their positions in the playoffs right now with a win here at North Carolina. John Bradford, on the other hand, looking to try and get back-to-back wins as well for him, and really try and get above that playoff line. They've been staring at that 8th spot for a long time, Dean, and with just 2 more home games remaining out of the 6 after tonight, they've got to pick up 3 points today.
Well done, Andrew. That sets the table. North Carolina FC out in their familiar home blues. Indy 11 in red from top to bottom. As I mentioned, Indy 11, 4-4 all time against North Carolina FC. They have had the number of North Carolina FC and also the Carolina Railhawks back in earlier days before becoming North Carolina FC. Good start for Rafa. Rafa gets it in. Boy, Olex was really close to being able to turn, and Indy 11 will send it long. It'll be Jake McGuire once again between the pipes for North Carolina FC. With the suspension to Justin Malou and Raheem Summersall excuse absence because of a death in the family, there are only 7 subs, including 2 goalkeepers for North Carolina FC. They're extremely thin on the bench.
Yeah, they're relying on the 11 today, and then a few key players off the bench. But it's a strong 11. It's an 11 that John Bradford and the team have been quite lucky to avoid a lot of injuries throughout the season. They'll be hoping that everyone can stay fit, because it's going to be a crucial end run here as we get into the month of October here real soon.
I want to say hello to all the great Indy 11 fans and the longtime voice of Indy 11, Greg Rakestraw, legend in the area. Knocked out of bounds off Indy 11. Will come back to North Carolina FC. North Carolina FC 8-10-9, 33 points, 11th place. They have 1 win in their last 5 games. Indy 11, 9-7, 40 points, 5th place. They also have 1 win in their last 5, but they also have a couple draws. Last time out, North Carolina FC lost a tough game last Saturday to Memphis, a 3-0 defeat on the road as Malou was sent off in minute 3. John Bradford said he had barely sat down, and next thing you know, they're dealing with playing the next 87 minutes with just 10 players, Andrew.
Yeah, and I was talking to Mr. Bradford about that, and really refreshing to see their take this week. You typically after a game, you go and review all the film and you look at where you went wrong. This one, I think the players were expecting here we go, we're going to see the tapes and the mistakes that we made, and he just turned the page and said, look lads, we're not going to look at last week. We're just going to go straight to training. We're going to focus on what we're going to need to do this week. So I thought it was a really refreshing approach, and I'm sure something the players responded well to.
The 11 started to put some passes together, taken away by North Carolina FC. Here's Martin. Martin has been in great form, as has DaCosta, and they'll bring it back to the foul on Martin as the referee for a moment playing advantage. The official is Jeremy Shear. Rhett Hamels on one line, Stephen Milhone on the other. The captain for Indy 11, as you know, when you follow North Carolina FC, we talk a lot about Ezra Armstrong being the son of Desmond Armstrong. Aidan Quinn is the son of Brian Quinn, who, by way of Ireland, was a U.S. international, one of the final cuts for that 94 World Cup team, along with Desmond Armstrong. Desmond was on the 90 World Cup team. Here's Ezra Armstrong, Desmond's son, DaCosta, who has scored in the last 3 games at home here at Wakeman Soccer Park, almost made it 4 for 4.
Yeah, DaCosta has been in a rich vein of form after a slow start to the season, and we get to see the replay. So good early interception from Armstrong, and there'll be expect a lot of that today. A lot of creativity comes from the left-hand side. We saw it in in buckets last time, didn't we, Dean, against Oakland Roots, where the team was leading 4-0 at half-time, and I think 3 or 4 of the goals had originated from down this left-hand side, which is a real strong point for them, both attacking and defending.
Batista thought he was good. NCFC at home are 6-2-6. They've scored 18 goals in their last 5 home games. That's what you talk about, scoring goals for fun. Indy, their away record is 5-4-4. Their last win on the road was against Birmingham, June 9th. They're 0-2-3 in their last 5 road games. Batista with the throw-in. Long throw-in. One bounce to Golex, but Indy's giant on the back line headed the other way, but now NCFC will control. Ben Ofemu, he's listed at 6'3". He looks like he's every bit as tall as Batista, who's 6'7".
He does make Golex Anderson Jr. look very short, doesn't he?
There he is. Pretty good ball played out of there to Foster. Martin got a little piece of it, but Indy 11, they are just so good at filling the lanes on the counter. Indy 11, they always have been. They always seem to be in the right spot, far post, near post, in the middle. Exactly what we just saw there, but it'll be Bryce Washington to clean it up. This is Conway trying to get to Rodrigo da Costa, who has come to life here late, and he's fouled again. This time it's Sumaoro, as Rem Sumaoro from the Netherlands, nationality Liberian, spent some time with York United in the Canadian Premier League. Mikey Maldonado now to Conway. Ezra Armstrong, and Ezra will earn. Ooh, I don't think they have that one right. I feel like Ezra played that off the defender, but I guess not. I guess I saw that wrong. Sorry, Andrew.
No, I'm just watching the conversation here between Hayden White and Malik Foster there. This is the question. Who's picking up Ezra Armstrong? You know, with the wing-backs, when you're playing a 4-4-2, it's in the 3 forwards for North Carolina. There's Hayden White. He's got to deal with Conway, but then he's also got to deal with Ezra Armstrong when he bombs on. So I think he was expecting a little bit more support from his right side of midfielder in front of him. So keep an eye on that today, how that relationship works.
There's Foster. Martin. Now Armstrong. Armstrong. Everything but the final pass there from Ezra Armstrong to get out of trouble. Nice work, though, from number 42. He's had a big-time season. 2 weeks ago was one of, I believe, 5 players named to the USL Team of the Week from North Carolina FC. Crossed. Paco Craig sends it over near the corner. Maldonado's effort to keep it in to no avail via throw-in for Indy 11. The 11. Work it to the middle of the park. Now they come all the way back, and it'll make it way over to White. Now Foster. Olex. There's minimal pressure on Ofemu. And Olex Anderson almost got there. Hunter Solt, the goalkeeper from Alaska, spent time with the Portland Timbers. Here's Foster. Foster squares it. And Batista just sends it out of bounds. Almost sent it in for an own goal.
It's great play from Indy 11 there. Just combining really quickly to get into that space that North Carolina leaves in behind the back line. They like to step up. Clever from Jack Blake. Great ball from Romario Williams. And then Foster looking for an early first-time delivery into the path of Augie Williams. And there, Batista breathes a huge sigh of relief as his clearance just misses that near upright and goes out for a corner. But good quick combination play from the visitors.
Corner kick. Skipping off the head of Williams. Wears the 9 jersey. Augie Williams is the number 9. Romario Williams, number 10. Augie from Sierra Leone and Romario from Jamaica. Like Foster. Foster gets it now. Ooh, Batista. Yikes. Martin back to DaCosta.
Right now, those red shirts really collapsing in on any blue shirt that gets the ball in the central area. Blake there combining with Quinn and Brem Samaro to try and win the ball back. There's no time at all for them to try and string anything together. And here we'll see Indy back on the ball again.
I'm pretty sure. I want to say 7. I may be off, and if I am, Brian Quinn, text me and let me know. But I mentioned Desmond Armstrong has 7 kids. I'm pretty sure the Quinns have 7 kids as well. I'm not lying.
Is that the magic number, Dean? Right? Sold yourself short just getting the 2. Just think you could have had Olympic athletes and all types if you'd have had 7.
Yeah.
They always say the younger ones are better. You know what I mean? So I'm an older brother, which says a lot. You know.
USL Championship soccer continues on the ESPN networks in September with a matchup of top teams from the Eastern Conference. Detroit City FC takes on Players Shield leader Louisville City FC in a Sunday afternoon clash, September 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Whistle against North Carolina FC on Craig.
There's a lot of big bodies in that box. Not sure how the referee is able to sort through that, but
these two teams are also tied a little bit in that Martin Rennie, who coached for the Carolina Railhawks, then would go on and spend time with Indy 11 as their top man. Martin now one of Nate Norman's top assistants for the Notre Dame women's soccer team that is always among the best in the country.
That's a sore one, Dean, for Jack Blake there. Mensingen only had eyes for the ball, but sort of steps on Blake's foot, kind of rolls it on the turf. Good to see him up and moving now.
Martin back to Maldonado. Now Craig back to McGuire. 13 minutes in, no score. Maldonado will stay with North Carolina FC. Ezra juggled that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for White and Indy 11. Indy 11 ended their 5-game winless run in all competitions with a 3-1 win versus El Paso, who's at the bottom of the Western Conference. One of the best offensive performances since mid-May as Romario Williams scored his 60th career goal in the USL Championship, the 19th player to do so. The 12th minute on a pass from Augie Williams. And then the new signing, Malik Foster, that we talked about, scored in the 49th minute on a pass from Jack Blake. Elliot Collier came off the bench and scored in the 77th minute to put the game away for Indy 11. That's their last time out. Ezra Armstrong. Maldonado a little bit behind Rafa. Paco Craig, big time performance in that smoke show over Oakland that you talked about. Ezra Armstrong also big time performance as he'll earn a throw in. So Mikey Maldonado will come over for his long toss.
We've already fallen behind pace, Dean, in the hunt for 6 goals, I feel, you know. We've been spoiled the last couple of home games here. We had a 10-goal thriller against Lou City and then 5-goal, 5-star performance against Oakland Roots. Today, it's going to be much more of a tactical battle today. You can see 2 teams that really know the importance of the 3 points today.
Comes that long throw from Maldonado, spinning in. Maldonado will have another chance to get it inside the 18. Good little flick from Craig. DaCosta's waiting for it. It's headed away. And here's Maldonado again. Maldonado, great ball down as Olex Anderson Jr. did well to send it down and low, but not quite on frame.
Once again, it's that left-hand side that's producing the goods almost. Maldonado, great shape on the delivery. Anderson does everything right. His body's sort of facing the wrong way, but cranes his neck, guides it down. And much the relief of Hunter Sult. Wide of the post. Good chance for the home team, though.
Indy 11's first ever game as a franchise was a 1-1 draw versus the then-named Carolina Railhawks. That was in the former NASL on April 12, 2014. North Carolina FC, as I mentioned in the open, have not beaten Indy since October 1st, 2017. That was, however, a 5-0 win, biggest ever win. Indy's biggest win in 2016. They beat this team 4-1 and 3-0. Indy won the first matchup this season 2-1 back on April 27th as Douglas Martinez with the winner in minute 75. Indy 11. Long ball, far side. See the service quality of Aiden Quinn. So a little bit out of the reach of Ofemu. Off the head of Rafa. That extra effort by Rafa earns a quick throw in. Rafa trying to find Olex Anderson Jr. and they'll march on down the field for another throw in closer to the 18. Craig survives a rough touch to get it back to Martin, and then Martin will roll it out of bounds. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. And speaking of that, it's Luchadores night here at North Carolina FC. That's why you saw the wrestlers in the open. They're out on the field before the game.
Yeah, where's your attire, Dean? I thought you were going to join the crew and strip down to your Speedos.
No one wants to see that. Here's Ezra. I don't even want to see it. Conway, good ball. Martin. Rafa, and how about North
Big time goal. Once again, Ezra Armstrong asking questions down the left. Hayden White was equal to it, but it's a loose pass. Falls to Colin Martin. You think maybe he's been a bit too cute, but he lays it on a plate for Rafa, who on his weaker left foot hits it as sweet as you like off the underside of the crossbar. No chance for the goalkeeper. And it's a huge goal, and he sprints over to celebrate with Akira Fitzgerald. The Irish ninja, as you name him, Dean. He gets all the love here, so I'm not quite sure what that's a tip to, but big goal.
Goal of the 19th minute of play from number 14.
Yeah, that was class. As I've been kind of, you can tell I have no power. I've been just whispering to John Bradford, you know, hey, you got Akira Fitzgerald, you got to give him a run. Such a likable human being. As Rafa Menzigen, the Brazilian, with his 5th goal of the season, makes it 1-0 for a little bit of how about North Carolina FC to start this one. Almost right after Andrew Tate asking for some goals like we've been seeing. The home team delivers one. There's Rafa. Martin, well done, Martin. And Rafa knocked to the ground.
The referee's reaching for his pocket there, but he's reaching for his spray.
Yeah, I thought he was too. It's definitely a firm warning here, though, as no doubt the next time Sumaora does something like that, he'll get a little bit of paint. Batista. Ezra Armstrong loses it to White. Maldonado. Maldonado will get a yellow card.
Just getting a bit of needle this game right now. I think that's what kind of happens, doesn't it, Dean, when you get down to the back end of the season. We'll see it again. Both players going to the ground. I think that's a bit harsh to call a yellow card. If you want to call a free kick, I get it, but Mikey Maldonado hasn't, I don't think he's made a tackle yet so far, and he gets a yellow. Now he's got to play with a cool head from now for the remaining 68 minutes or so.
Right side, Foster runs it down. They look for the equalizer, and Jake McGuire in the right spot. Looks like there was a whistle anyway.
It's a good ball from Foster, just hangs it up. Jack Blake gets almost a free header. But Oggy Williams was just to have impeded Paco Craig. It was a painful fall for the big man. The North Carolina captain doing well to attack that ball in the 6-yard box. But this is where North Carolina, I think this is where it's going to determine whether they get into the playoffs or not now. They've got that 1-goal lead. They've got to get that clean sheet. And I think that was the one thing, Dean, in looking back at the last home game, listening to some of the post-game stuff from the players. And there was a message from John was, you know, to really go after the shutout. You know, it's 4-0 at half-time, and you can focus and think about a million other things. But the discipline and the focus to go and get the clean sheet and get Jake McGuire what he needed, some confidence.
So the mighty Quinn, Brian Quinn, correcting me, 6 kids, 14 grandkids. It's amazing as we send our best.
They multiply, don't they, those 6 kids? They multiply. You weren't far off, Dean.
I knew it was a lot. Martin, Conway. The 11 will play this one back. Ooh. Taken away. Rafa having himself a game. Just trying to find Acosta after it. Actually, it was Martin over there as well. Who had the steal, Andrew?
It's Colin Martin, yeah. It was a loose pass and he just jumped on it. Indy not looking great in their build-out at times. It's a slick surface out there. We always talk about what a great surface it is, but there's a bit of moisture on it today. They were watering it right before kickoff. And Indy are kind of used to playing on turf at Carroll Stadium, so it's a little bit of a different environment for them. It's a big pitch, it's slick, it's fast. You get a great shot from the camera crew there. It is an absolute carpet. You eat your dinner off it, can't you, Dean? I think I saw you down there the other week. Knife and fork in hand.
I feel like there's a fat reference in there somewhere.
You always think the worst of me, Dean. I don't know what I've done to...
No, never the worst. I just feel like you call it like you see it, and I appreciate it.
No, we always talk about what a great surface it is.
No,
so
it's unbelievable,
dinner off it, I didn't say dessert, did I?
Sent in by Indy 11. Punched out by Jake McGuire. Indy 11. Minute 26. Trailing a team they've had their way with over the years. This one slid in. Paco Craig play it back to Jake McGuire. One back by Indy 11. Indy 11 played back to the feet of Blake. Blake gonna take a shot. McGuire, spillage, Foster just missing to keep this one at 1-0 North Carolina FC. McGuire with a wonderful save.
And this is exactly what Indy wants. Jack Blake getting the ball in the pockets 2 times in a row. And then he's able to let fly with the shot. Jake McGuire was equal to it. Great save, pushing out to the side. And then Foster gets it wrong, but flag was up as well, so it wouldn't have counted. But their warning sign for North Carolina. Jack Blake, the creator, linking with Aiden Stanley down that left, getting the ball in a couple of occasions in space with time. If he can get turned, he will cause problems.
Ezra Armstrong turns it over. Jake McGuire, though, has it. Ezra did not get a ton of help there as he was trying to build it out of the back.
Jack Blake's got 8 goals on the season, Dean. He is their leading scorer from on the team, and he's playing in midfield, so just shows you what a threat he is.
Second ball, Washington, Maldonado, then DaCosta. Batista will use McGuire, Williams, and Batista. Batista's like rolling around it. I feel like he thinks he's going to get a card or something.
I don't know about you, Dean. I didn't see what contacted with what there.
Well, Batista did kind of flick his
Yeah,
leg
we'll
up.
see it again.
Yeah. So watch, once he goes down, he's down. Now watch his leg kind of come up.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. Williams sort of flicks in there. He gets the bump in the back, and then Williams, I think the right foot here, if you look at it, he just sort of kicks him there and then goes down.
Okay.
I mean, oh, the cards are out. Surprised North Carolina fans think it should be a red card. I think a bit of frustration there from Romario Williams. I don't think the referee's going to give anything. And Batista looked like he was in a lot of pain. And tough to see exactly how much pain he's in from that angle, but I said there's a bit of needle in this game, Dean, and that is not going to help the situation.
Yeah, that was a substantial shove, and then you're right, Williams did put the foot into him, and I didn't see either one of those two things. What I saw was Batista kind of flick his leg up in the air.
Yeah. Frustration from Batista. He's got to be careful now. He's got to try and erase that from his memory now, because as a referee, you're looking for him to go out and get revenge in the next 5 minutes here, and that's an automatic yellow card for Batista, but he's frustrated. I mean, the referee didn't even give a free kick for the nudge in the back.
Batista back on the field. 6'7", wiry frame. Rafa Mensingen with his left foot, as Andrew Tate correctly said, his off foot, stronger with the right, off the crossbar, down and in for a 1-0 lead for the home team. Conway, a little bit behind Acosta. Acosta just playing with all kinds of confidence, particularly here at home, after really having a rough go of it most of the season. Here he is again. DaCosta, lovely ball, offside, doesn't matter. Olex Anderson Jr., what a ball from Rodrigo DaCosta. Regardless of the offside, tremendous service.
Yeah, it was Marvel night, I think, 2 weeks ago here. Dean and Paco Craig and Rodrigo DaCosta were in the post-game interview, and they were asking them which Marvel character were they, and neither one of them could pick for themselves. So Paco Craig labelled Rodrigo DaCosta Doctor Strange. Just said you're full of tricks, and I think that kind of calmed him down a little bit, because Rodrigo wasn't too happy, I think, at the beginning. But he is a bag of tricks, and we are certainly starting to see that now in North Carolina. We didn't see it at the start of the season, but he's full of confidence, and we got to see the announcement last week, a couple of weeks ago, that he's an expectant father as well. So he's in a really good moment in his career and in his life.
There's DaCosta trying to find another one of the superstars of the team, Ezra Armstrong, but it'll roll out of bounds. I am out of my element when you start talking about Marvel films and shows. I got nothing for you.
I'll give you an easy one. When Paco Craig asked the question back of Rodrigo DaCosta, Rodrigo DaCosta said Spider-Man. I feel you might know that one, Dean.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. There he is.
Paco Craig, Spider-Man. Blake can't handle that pass to Costa. Into space for Olex Anderson Jr. Oh, good effort tracking back by Indy 11. As Adrian Deespe wearing the 1-5.
He had to get that touch, didn't he? You knew that Anderson was going to get around the other side of him. If he didn't get that touch on the ball was going to be away from him. So really important boot on that one. But once again, DaCosta looking to be the creator.
Deespe, as that one sent out of bounds, the first Cuban player to play for the Indy 11. Acquired from Tulsa 10 days before the season opener last season. 31 matches played with 3 goals last season. Came to the States to play for the Portland Timbers 2 in 2018 and has been in USL ever since. Batista. Oh, that's got to be a card. And a yellow card.
I'm not sure what's going on between those two, but Romario Williams definitely has made his intent clear that he is not a fan of Lamar Batista, as he has another nibble at him. Oh, and then Batista foolishly, sort of, as he gets up there, sticks his head into Williams' chest. So it's not the end of that one, I'm sure.
Indy 11 yellow in the 33rd minute of play to number 10, Romario Williams.
Batista's got to keep his cool, though. After they lost Malou last week, it was almost game over. You see the two of them just off camera at the moment, chatting 5 yards away from the referee, but don't think this one is over. Here we go. Great shot from here, Dean, just chatting away.
Batista is 1 yellow card away from a suspension as well.
He's been out of the team, hasn't he, recently, with Malou's good form. So he'll want to try and stay in there. He's had, I think, a good first season with the team, and he's got everything in terms of his left-footed, 6'7". He's got pace. Just needs that consistency, and I think a little bit more impact as well, probably in both boxes in terms of first contacts defensively, and then trying to pop up the other end. When you're 6'7", Dean, I think you probably should be banging in 5 goals plus a season.
based on what I've seen so far and his interchange with both of the Williams, they're not related. Augie Romario, the chances of him not picking up a yellow card in this one are not very good. Ezra Armstrong. Sends it out of bounds. Be a throw in for Indy 11 as they look to level it up. Hayden White from England. Foster was able to keep that alive. Now White does too. John Bradford thought it was out of bounds. It was right in front of him. He had a pretty good look at it. Armstrong knocks it out of bounds. Maldonado. Oh, Ezra. I feel like there was a rare divot right when he was going to kick that one. It's part of the reason why I missed it.
Big tackle right there.
They're just popping in. North Carolina FC's Rafa Mensingen goes simply by Rafa with the only goal so far to give the home side a 1-0 lead. Craig finds Rafa, and Craig will get it back. Try to break lines with nobody home. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. Learn more at townwithaneproperties.com. Minute 37. You're right, Andrew Tate. I don't think we'll see 5 goals, let alone 10 goals in this one. But what are your thoughts so far? First on the home team, North Carolina FC.
And it's been exactly what John Bradford would have hoped for. They've been solid. They've taken their chances. They've got the press going. And I just think this is kind of what we're going to expect probably down the stretch here, Dean. These last 3 home games, get a little bit more nip and tuck. It's a real tactical battle today, I think, with when you see a 4-4-2 up against that 3-5-2 of North Carolina. There's just the constant battles of who's going to stick a twist.
Great tackle from Indy 11. Maldonado has got a yellow already.
I think that's just Foster's momentum, kind of his head, I think, made contact with Batista. I don't think there's anything wrong with the tackle from Maldonado, but it is a full-blooded affair here. And it's happening right down in front of us. You'll see it again. Armstrong goes down a blind alley. Hayden White gets it, and then Maldonado comes across, just a follow through from Foster. Straight into the leg of Batista. Maybe there's a hand from Batista onto just kind of pushing his head down out of the way off his leg. I don't know. There's a little bit of afters in every single tackle at the moment. The referee's got to keep a lid on it. Looks like the trainer's picking up a yellow card there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. He gave it to the trainer?
Yeah, it wasn't at Malik Foster. See a little shake of the head from the trainer as he heads back to the bench. I think he's upset with how many times he's had to step off the bench so far.
Lake can't handle it. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Maldonado with a brilliant trap. Over to Ezra Armstrong. Ezra. Costa, sometimes Ezra can eliminate players just with his speed. Martin drops it. Olex Anderson. Back to Martin. Martin over to Maldonado. Maldonado now to Costa. Denied by 2 Indy 11 defenders. Craig will give Martin one more shot. He's looking for Armstrong. Armstrong chested down perfectly. Conway. Good idea. Batista practically begging for a yellow. Over Conway. Lex Anderson Jr. with another header, his second great header of the game. But handled by Indy.
See a shot ahead. Coach Sean McCauley was not happy with that challenge from Batista. Felt like he impeded Augie Williams there. And that was what kind of got North Carolina back on the front foot again. Just hasn't been a great first half from Indy. They just haven't been able to get on the ball and get their creative players involved. Malik Foster a lot of times now is letting Armstrong go, and that's what I'm talking about, team. I'm talking about stick or twist. At the moment, he's sticking. He's sort of staying where he is and saying, you know what, I'm just going to hope that you don't create something. We're going the other way. This is what it can create.
Williams to Blake. Blake had one denied earlier by Jake McGuire, the goalkeeper for North Carolina FC. 50-50 ball. Conway gets there first. Martin. Olex Anderson Jr. with a good touch. Olex Anderson Jr. So close.
A great header from Maldonado initially, and then a great pick out from Martin. And Olex Anderson Jr., that's a really tough angle to hit one on his weaker left foot as well, but agonizingly wide of that left post. He's in a good vein of form at the moment, good confidence. The master of mayhem, as I called him. Always creating problems for the defenders.
Foster trying to find Williams. Batista's there. Batista and Williams. Batista's got beef with both of the Williams. Mario and Augie.
I don't know what that. Maybe there's some fans from Indy or from Lamar's previous club could kind of give us some insight as to is there some on-running feuds from previous seasons that we're not aware of. This is Batista's first season with North Carolina, and he's typically, I mean, he's not shy of a yellow card, but he's not typically the one right in the thick of the needle, let's say.
Indy started the year on a bit of a struggle bus, winning one of their first 7 games, including 3 straight losses to Detroit City, Lewis City, and Charleston Battery. But then they went on a team record 8-game win streak from April 27th that started with this NCFC team to June 15th. Head coach Sean McCauley was named the USL Coach of the Month in May. During the win streak, hang on, here's Williams. Good little move back. Foster! As McGuire was way out off his line, deflected. It'll be a corner kick.
It's great play from Indy. Combinations, Jack Blake in the thick of it as always, finds Williams, great composure from the number 10, cuts it back to Foster. The blue shirts surrounded him, and it came off Bryce Washington's thigh there and out for a corner. For a moment there you thought Williams was going to have the last laugh on Batista and get the equaliser.
Good job by Bryce Washington. McGuire will punch that off the head of Rafa. Denied again. During that win streak I was just talking about, Indy also advanced through U.S. Open Cup all the way to the semis, the furthest in club history. The whistle called against Indy 11. It is really getting feisty. Is it not?
There's Batista again, laid out on the floor. I don't know if it's the fans with the red cards that were anticipating this needle. They must have known something from the games down the years. No love lost. Here we'll see it. It's a great play from Jack Blake. Mensigan gets in the way of it. He gets clipped. And then it's Batista. Gets himself in a headlock. It's Hayden White, I think, that's in there. Yeah, Hayden White in the thick of it, the Englishman. Oh, and then he pushes Mikey Maldonado high in the chest, right under the referee's nose. So there we get confirmation of a yellow card for White. I'm not quite sure which indiscretion got him the yellow card, Dean. Maybe it was accumulation, but just that push under his nose, I think, was quite foolish. And you see head coach Sean McCauley deep in discussion with his new best friend, the fourth official. Tell you what, Dean, what's your guess on stoppage time? Because we've had a few stoppages in this first half.
I'm going to say 4.
I think. What's Batista wearing? 7? I'm going 7.
Okay.
I just feel it's been Batista's half. There you go.
Did you get any intel that I'm unaware of?
No, Dean. This is. I think I've gone out on a limb here. Just 6. Ooh.
Well done, Andrew Tate.
Wasn't far off. Presented by Town Properties. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowners.
So your added time is brought to you by Town Properties. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. Learn more at Town with an E, TOWNE properties.com. 6 minutes of Town Properties added time. Too deep for Foster. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Jake McGuire. Right, really good speed. Colin Martin, every game continues to show just consistent form, and he's played a solid 45 here to start.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's his 150th appearance in the USL, Dean.
That's
so
right, it is. Well done.
Capped it off with an assist, and yeah, he doesn't look like an athlete. When you see Hayden White charging forward there, you think, oh, athlete, but then Colin Martin, he covers the ground, he's smart in his play, and just a real engine in that midfield for North Carolina.
Costa stays with it.
A little tug on the shirt there from Quinn, I think. Referee saw it right under his nose.
1-0 lead. No rush. We are in the Town Properties added time. We played just about 2.5 of the 6 minutes. Quinn. Back up by Blake. Blake will make the overlapping run. Sent out of there by Mikey Maldonado as they were looking for Augie. North Carolina FC 1, Indy 11 0. Indy 11 tried to level this before the first half whistle. Craig plays out of it to DaCosta, brings it back to Rafa. Rafa, Maldonado, Conway. Now Maldonado gets all of it.
And he had to, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got a yellow card already. Olex Anderson Jr. It'll be a corner kick coming to North Carolina FC.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
Alongside the great Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you for this matchup, the 20th meeting between these two teams in all competitions. corner kick. Maldonado. They'll roll out to Rafa. Rafa may fire. One bounce and another corner kick. Rafa looking for that brace.
He's looked good today, Rafa Mensingen. I think we saw it in the first seconds of the game. He's paced down the right-hand side, but don't think he's put a foot wrong today in this opening 45 plus. Here we see it, he picks it up, tells his teammates to get wide, and then good patience and then shape on the ball, just bouncing in front of Hunter Salt. Makes it an awkward one.
Corner kick coming across. Oh, Paco Craig got his head on it. Batista, you mentioned, at 6'7", needs to find the back of the net and almost did as well.
Paco Craig just glancing in, inches away from Batista at the back post, and it was Oggy Williams that was responsible for tracking him there, but Paco Craig scored last time out here from a corner. Almost got his head on that one and found the back of the net then, and that would have been a big one right on half-time.
USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. 1-0 with we're at the 6-minute mark here. Referee looks like they're going to give Indy 11 one more run at it. White plays it back. John Bradford. Now Batista is going to get that yellow card that he didn't want to get. So Batista will get the yellow. That means he'll be out for the next game. Right now, though, it's North Carolina FC 1, Indy 11 0. We'll be back with more and we take a look around the USL. 1-0 lead, North Carolina FC on top.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small in partnership with AMD and Microsoft has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
And now, your Children's Hospital. Pediatric anesthesia, surgery, behavioral health, cardiology, emergency care, endocrinology, ENT, gastroenterology, imaging, inpatient medicine, intensive care, neonatology, orthopedics, physical rehab, primary care, pulmonology and sleep medicine, urgent care, urology, weight management, WakeMed Children's.
Kids will be kids. We will be here.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
A little bit of how about North Carolina FC with the only goal in the first half. Halftime, North Carolina FC, the home team, leading Indy 11 by a score of 1-0. We welcome you back up to the perch. I'm Dean, he's Andrew, and I don't think these two teams are going to be meeting at the Angus Barn after the game for, some fanfare and sharing. They don't like each other, I don't think.
No, they certainly wouldn't be splitting the bill, would they? Yeah, it's been a really enthralling first half. Obviously just the one goal, but from a perspective of being up here and watching it, there's just so much in there. There's a lot of commitment from both sides. There's a lot of endeavour, and the tactical battle is really intriguing to watch as well.
I saw all that emotion from Batista right at the end of the half. How does John Bradford make sure they control that emotion?
Yeah, I mean, some emotion's good. Too much, obviously, there. He's picking up a needless yellow card for something he said. you know, somebody else can do that because he's been involved in everything that's going on in that first half with the Williams brothers up top. Well, the Williams, not brothers, but the William duo, let's say. But yeah, he's had a really good first half. He's been involved in a lot, but he needs to keep cool head in the second half because he's in a precarious position now.
All right, let's take a look at what lies ahead for both of these teams, Indy 11 and North Carolina FC upcoming schedule.
Yeah, and for North Carolina, obviously, a road trip to El Paso, which is a game they'll hope to win. They're sitting in a very low position in the West, but then games against Birmingham Legion, Tulsa, Hartford and Tampa Bay, all Eastern Conference rivals. But that one against Birmingham Legion on the road is going to be really crucial. And then with trips to Hartford and Tampa, every one of those games is a 6-pointer, Dean, for North Carolina. Indy on the other side, Miami at home, that's a banker. They've got to get 3 points there. Louisville, Loudoun, Detroit, and then Birmingham Legion. North Carolina loves some help in that last game against Birmingham Legion at home.
All right, the upcoming schedule for both teams with limited games as down the stretch we go. Right now, though, both teams in the locker room with North Carolina FC holding a 1-0 lead. Stay with us. We'll be back for a look around the USL.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it. We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Goodrum pounds this ball, and the boys in purple soaring.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park. Beautiful night for the beautiful game, and North Carolina FC has a 1-0 lead over Indy 11. Alongside Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke, and it's the time of the night where we talk all things USL Championship, including some other games going on tonight.
Yeah, right now Charleston in that battle with second and third. Big score right now, 2-0 lead for Charleston. They've won their last 7 at home, so showing that home form again. Big one for North Carolina, Rhode Island against Tulsa. That result there would be huge for North Carolina. If they can make 3 points stick here, and then Tulsa does them a favor there, that would be really helpful for them. And then as you can see, later in the day, we've got El Paso and Colorado going to head-to-head, Monterey against Orange County, and then Las Vegas Lights against Sacramento, who'll be looking to bounce back from a defeat in midweek.
We look at the standings all the time, but now more than ever, red-hot focus on the standings.
Yeah, Lou City in firm control with 6-point lead after Charleston's loss last week. Tampa Bay, they came back to beat Pittsburgh, and 10-game unbeaten streak for the Riverhounds. So that's gone for them as they sit below the playoff line. And Loudoun They scored 3 unanswered goals to beat Birmingham Legion 4-2 to get back into the playoff field. So Loudon been up and down around it. Pittsburgh finally got themselves up, and then they're dropping. For North Carolina, they've got to string some back-to-back wins to get in there. And then for Indy, they want to try and secure one of those home games as we get into the playoffs very, very soon.
Top 4 get a home playoff game. Some news and notes around the USL.
Yeah, big win, as we talked about, for New Mexico against Sacramento. Hurst and Tambakis helping them clinch that. Hurst scored a brace in that 3-1 victory. 11 goals on the season. Tambakis became the first goalkeeper with 600 career saves, the all-time leader in USL Championship. And then Leo Fernandez, the hero for the Rowdies, scored in the 91st minute winner against Pittsburgh last week. Only the second goal since 2022 MVP season for him. And then Hartford hitting their stride. They defeated Miami 3-0 to go 6 unbeaten with 3 straight clean sheets.
The original Greek freak, Tambakis, had a lot of those saves wearing a Carolina Railhawks jersey. Those are the news and notes, and here's the team of the week.
Yeah, player of the week, Renan Ribeiro, the Hartford Athletic keeper, had 10 saves across 2 shutouts for them. Coach Ryan Marden for Loudon, his side rallied to take victory from a half-time deficit in the half-time for the first time in half-time in October 2019, in the 4-2 victory against Birmingham Legion. Then Jack Blake for Indy 11, Malik Foster and Romario Williams made the bench, and then Marlon Santos was the destroyer for Memphis against North Carolina last week. Credit to all those folks who made the team of the week.
Congratulations to Ryan Martin, the coach of the week for Loudon United. We'll take one more break. We'll come back for the first half highlights. Take a look at that spectacular goal from Rafa as North Carolina FC leads Indy 11 1-0 at the half.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve.
You'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it alpaca.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. The youngsters having a good time. And North Carolina FC has a 1-0 lead. Team Linky with Andrew Tate. Andrew, let's go to work and show everybody the first half highlights.
And Ezra Armstrong tussling down the right here, down the left-hand side with Hayden White. There's a loose ball from him that sets up the North Carolina attack. Colin Martin then feeds it to Rafa Mensingen, who kisses it off the other side of the bar into the back of the net. For a second, I thought Martin had taken too long, but he set up Mensingen, and then Akira Fitzgerald, the back, will keep getting all the credit. But Jack Blake popped up in some dangerous spots for Indy 11. He's a real threat for them, the top goal scorer. This one, Jake Maguire was equal to. And then Foster was adjudged to be offside, but couldn't find the back of the net either. But that was a warning sign for North Carolina. But here, Colin Martin doing what he does best, releasing Olex Anderson Jr. from a tight angle. Really gets Hunter Salt at full stretch, but just misses that right hand upright agonizingly. But Indy would ask some questions. Jack Blake involved again. Romario Williams, clever, dainty feet in the box, setting up Foster. And Bryce Washington was out quickly to say no chance, sir, as he blocked what was a goal-bound effort there. Shots for North Carolina, surprisingly a lot more than Indy, but the possession heavily in favor of the visitors. But it's been a real battle, hasn't it? See the yellow cards there, 2 for each team, so 4 total. Kind of tells the tale of the tape there. It's been a feisty affair so far.
To be fair, probably could have been a few more yellows. I mean, if the trainer's going to get one.
I think he took one for the coaching staff, I think that. But yeah, you wouldn't bet against seeing a red. I know that the Oak City supporters over there, they've got a few red cards in their back pockets. I don't quite know how they got them in, Dean, in there. They're huge, but I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody head for an early bath today. The referee's got a tough job on keeping a lid on this one, because it has been a really feisty, full-blooded affair.
Indeed. Indy 11 back out in their full red kit. North Carolina FC back out in their full blue kit. It's time to take a deep breath and really hope that Jeremy Shear, the man in the middle, has this one under control. As quick visit up in the booth from one of the all-time greats for the club, number 6, Austin Deleuze, now part of the franchise, doing incredible things.
Try to give him the headset there, Dean, you know.
He waved you off quick.
I know, he did. He lets his feet do the talking. I think Austin, that was always something he did really well.
Yeah, and
he did this for a while. He was better than me at this, Dean, though.
He and his father made sure that I realized that he had more than a left foot. He could also hit it pretty well with his right.
Not bad with his head either.
Yeah, I had a tendency to call him all left-footed, and he was not a fan of that.
That's not a compliment, Dean. Even if it is a pretty good left foot.
The 11 fans will remember Austin Deleuze. Conway takes a shot from distance, but not on frame.
Costa, just a different player at the moment, isn't he, Dean? Just everything he seems to touch seems to work out for him. And the refreshing thing for me, just listening to his post-game talk, was just, I know John Bradford's talked about it, just his work rate, both in and out of possession. And it's all kind of coming together, so let's see what he can put together in the second 45.
Ezra Armstrong to Olex Anderson Jr. Olex, good cutback as he'll spin you out. Olex Anderson puts his head down. Rafa a little frustrated as he wanted it back. He's seen that movie before, though. When Olex gets going, he's thinking about one thing: shooting. Batista. Let's see John Bradford beginning a little bit of a teaching lesson with Batista. Olex Anderson Jr. off the post. Oh my, remember that play. If Indy can level this one out. So close for Olex Anderson Jr. So close.
It's great work from Colin Martin. Just powering through. Missed tackle from Indy. I felt like he took the shot super early, which obviously it's not a bad strike on goal, but I felt like he could have taken a heavier touch in towards goal.
Right after Olex Anderson Jr. goes off the post, here comes Williams. It goes off Bryce Washington. Batista comes flying in. They'll find DaCosta. Williams back on it. Overlapping run. Off of Washington. It's going to be a corner kick for Indy 11. As that's Aiden Stanley, Columbia, Illinois. Indy 11 making a multiplayer trade with Miami FC. Snapped out of there off the head of Craig. It'll be another corner kick. For me, Colin Martin, the MVP of this game. I mean, beautiful pass to Rafa. Everything he's done has been solid, dealing with these beanstalk giants for Indy 11, and he's dealt with them just fine.
Yeah, he's been really solid.
Another corner from Indy 11. Such a talented team. Blake can't give them too many free kick opportunities. As Blake just a little bit off target there.
Yeah, if you're Indy 11, you've probably been showing them highlights from the Lou City game where every set piece that came in the box, it seemed like it led to a goal against North Carolina. So they'll have been licking their lips coming in here. But so far, besides that glancing header from Paco Craig a moment ago that they conceded the corner, they've dealt with everything pretty well so far. Long way to go, though.
Wire. Craig will send it back to McGuire. All right, North Carolina Courage fans that are watching right now, that are recording the game, that don't want to know what's going on, I'll pause for 10 seconds before I give you some solid updates. We'll start with the U20 team. NC Courage's Riley Jackson won a bronze medal in the FIFA U20 World Cup tonight, defeating the Netherlands 2-1 in extra time. And then Manaka from the Courage scored a brace in the semifinals. They'll play North Korea tomorrow in the final. Right now, North Carolina Courage, they have they have the kind of success against Racing Louisville that Indy 11 has against North Carolina FC. I don't think Racing Louisville has ever beaten the North Carolina Courage, and it's 1-0 at the half. A goal by Brianna Pinto, assists Ashley Sanchez. By the way, Caroline, last year's MVP, is on the bench and could make her debut for the season.
Not a bad sub to have, right?
Oh, my.
That's a big bonus. Didn't she go to the Olympics? Wasn't she there playing for Brazil?
Yeah,
I was like, what? How's that happen?
Had a little bit of time, but
yeah. No, they've got some really good young talent, the Courage, and the future is bright for sure. The present's not too shabby either.
Brazil clearly knew what they were doing as they made it all the way to the final. They left Binia behind and put Caroline on there. Oh, a little push. No whistle. Rafa over to Costa. Now Martin. Another perfect pass from Martin. Not bad from Conway either. Armstrong. Armstrong has Olex Anderson Jr. Armstrong finds Olex Anderson Jr., it seems, at the right time. Here's Olex Anderson Jr. with a lofty little move. Doesn't matter the angle, although he was thinking past there. Mikey Maldonado made a great run. Maldonado can smash it in front of the goal. Olex Anderson Jr. almost found him. I want to thank the fabulous Brian Ware for his tireless research, including the updates on all the Courage superstars. That's big for Riley Jackson, bringing home a bronze medal. I feel like that team probably should have won the gold medal. Here's Olex Anderson Jr. somehow stays onside. DaCosta's also there. Olex Anderson Jr. All he had to do was drop it over to DaCosta. Looks like I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing, running toward Olex Anderson Jr. as the ball was still in play. Conway just misses.
Olex Anderson Jr. just onside. Just hits it straight at Hunter Salt, who just stands big. DaCosta, can't believe he hasn't squared it, but I think, as you said earlier, Olex Anderson Jr., when he's got a chance to score, typically he's going to take it 99 times out of 100. But Dean, some really good chances in this opening 10 minutes of the second half for the home team. They'll be encouraged, but at the same time kicking themselves. And here we'll just take a look at the challenge on Augie Williams. Paco Craig recovering. think it's the right call. Augie Williams does turn his back there as Craig's coming in, but you've seen them given. I think the initial contact from Craig was okay.
Back by Deespay. Deespay gets it back. We'll find Aiden Quinn. Rafa so strong. Oh, they'll say Rafa. I just don't know about that. It felt like it was a 50-50 ball, but Rafa's going to get a yellow too.
We'll see it again. Rafa Mensingen and Sumo Earl.
Oh, he stepped on his foot.
It looked like they both stepped on each other's foot, though, to be honest. Who's getting a yellow there? Who's that for, Dean?
NCFC yellow, the 55th minute of
Not
play,
sure.
14, Rafa Mensingen.
Was that Rafa finally getting the yellow? Was it like a delayed yellow?
No, he got it right away. So there was another yellow issued, and the two players that were around it was either Olex or DaCosta. I feel like the truck will tell us one of those two. Try to find out. Maldonado got a piece of it. Rafa sends it.
There's another ball right there, though.
Stanley. Mario Williams. CFC may rule the day on Olex Anderson's shot. Oh my, Augie.
Tackle.
Batista there to take care of Augie. What timing. Fairly brave, too.
What a game this is, Dean. I'm loving it at the moment. It's got a bit of absolutely everything. As long as we can keep 11 players, all 11 for both teams on, we're going to be in for a heck of a last 30 minutes here.
Stanley.
Yeah, you thought Williams was going to pull the trigger and find the back of the net, but Batista, all 6'7" of him, coming across the cover, and what a tackle from him.
Fabulous touch from the kit man for Indy 11 a moment ago. Wish I knew his name because he deserves to be recognized. Anybody out there wants to send him my way, and well done. Martin. DaCosta. Olex Anderson Jr. Oh, well done by Indy 11 to track back and get that. That was Deespay, the Cuban. Stanley. Back to Augie. Augie Williams. Aiden Quinn. Stanley. Quinn. And finally knocked out of there as it feels like North Carolina FC is in the danger zone. Indy 11 pressing to make it level. This after Anderson Jr. hit one, as I started to say, off the post, and then all he had to do was tap it over to DaCosta, and DaCosta would have had an open goal for the second goal. '59th minute, bending around. On Luchadores night, we have ourselves quite the matchup.
How's the storyline go, Dean? That's the question, right? How's this going to finish? So the game getting a little stretched now, which could lead to North Carolina getting a second, but it could also lead to their advantage being completely erased as Indy starting to push bodies further and further forward.
Augie will give it back to Stanley. Deespay Here's Williams, and McGuire does well to just handle it cleanly. No spillage, particularly with Foster lurking.
That's good play from Indy. Just punching it into attacking area. Foster popping up in and around the front two. Just dropping it off to Romario Williams, who I wouldn't bet against him getting a goal today, Dean. He's just got himself in some good areas.
Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. is in. Olex Anderson Jr. sent that one deep into the night.
He's done everything right. It's a great glancing header from Conway, and then the separation, the pace, the power. And then just where you want him to scuff it in the bottom corner, he gets absolutely everything of it and skies it over the bar.
Mario Williams, who Mr. Tate just said odds are pretty good, he may find the equalizer. NCFC connected at the hip with NCFC Youth, led by Gary Butte, the fine CEO. Paul Forster, the director of coaching. Shot from long distance to Jake McGuire. Celebrating 50 years, they're going to have a big-time affair at the Angus Barn in October. October
24th, I want to say, Dean.
October 24th. There's still some tables and even seats available. It's a heck of a deal. Incredible meal, and plus a $100 gift bag of sorts from soccer.com as Indy 11 trying to find it. Do some research, Google NCFC Youth 50th celebration, and learn more on how you can be a part of that. Beyond the pitch.
Just getting a great look there of that chance for Romario Williams. Is every opportunity it seems that is in on goal, he's got something to do with it. And that one there, you'd have expected him to at least hit the target. Just skews it over the bar. October 23rd, Dean. I was one off, just like I was with the stoppage time. Close, but no cigar.
Rafa, October 23rd. It'll be a great celebration, folks. 50 years of excellence. Formerly Castle and NCFC Youth. Maldonado to Rafa. Rafa.
It's becoming a basketball game, this, Dean. Midfielder's nightmare.
Blake. Foster. Foster, far side. There's Armstrong over there. It'll be a goal kick back to North Carolina FC. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. You can learn more by going to townwithane properties.com. That's TOWNE properties.com. 1-0, Rafa Menzigan. First half goal, the difference so far. Williams, battle there with Martin, ripped out of there by DaCosta. Stanley's there to clean it up. Good defensive work, though, from DaCosta. Augie Williams. Back to Stanley. NCFC, when they score the first goal, they're 7-4-2. When Indy concedes the first goal, they're 1-7-4. Their lone win versus Phoenix, when it was part of that club or franchise high 8-game winning streak this year after that slow start that has them at 5 with a good chance to make the top 4. White off Batista, back off of White. Batista will head it out. Stanley. NCFC at home this year, 6-2-6. Mind you, they scored 18 goals in their last 5 home games. Now 19 in their last 6. Indy's last win on the road coming on June 9th against Birmingham. Here's Ezra Armstrong. A couple reminders there for you on those Nuggets. Here's DaCosta. Far out in front of Olex Anderson Jr. Indy playoff odds are at a very high 73%, NCFC at 36%. Obviously that would change with a 3-point victory tonight. Stanley with Rafa on the mark. Blake, no whistle. Blake's got 5 penalty kick goals this year. Perfect 5 for 5. It's quality. Martin to Anderson Jr. Anderson Jr. with DaCosta running into it. DaCosta goes down. Rodrigo DaCosta putting his arm up as if his night might be done. So now the North Carolina FC training staff will take a look at DaCosta.
A flurry of activity on both benches at the moment as we tick down towards a little over 20 minutes remaining. Luis Perez started the last number of games for North Carolina. Attacking player, great left foot. He'd be the obvious replacement for Rodrigo DaCosta. And then in the 11, ready in 2 changes, Elliot Collier, who's had a really productive run of games and comes off the bench, tends to score.
It's 1-0, and Colin Martin put one on a dime for Rafa.
And here it is, yeah. Ezra Armstrong battling with Hayden White. A loose pass out from the back from him. Pounced on. Colin Martin lays it on a plate. And Rafa Mensingen, the Brazilian, does the rest. Swings his left at it. Underside the crossbar. No chance for Hunter Sull. And that's been the difference.
Indy 11's kit man is Sean Jackson, who deserves a shout out for his brilliant touch, as Luis Perez, who's had a lot of brilliant touches, will work his way in. I want to thank Ian Gilmore for the assist. Top man, Ian.
For short hyperwall substitution for NCFC stepping off the pitch in the 68th minute of play.
So Rodrigo DaCosta.
Number 16.
No doubt he would have made it 4 straight home games with a goal if Olex Anderson Jr. knew the definition of pass.
Well, I think that's why he's going off the field now. He did get the pass there and he got sandwiched and smashed in the face for it. So
you're right. It was Olex Anderson Jr. that was trying to find him. Yep.
That's what happens when he passes. See, that's why I don't do it. Right? You get injured when I pass it to you. You know that's what you're saying to him, so. Shouldn't have passed it.
I feel like even with a 1-0 lead, the NCFC players had a lot to sort out at halftime as Batista's beat on the other side. Foster hits it too high. Was the flag up anyway?
So here we'll see it again. Jack Blake, once again, heavily involved. Just that lays it perfectly into the pass of Foster. He's not far away with that shot, just leaning back a touch. And here we see the changes. Jack Blake going off and Romario Williams. So probably wouldn't have suggested that would be the two changes, but not bad subs to bring on in Collier, Douglas Martinez Jr. And that'll see Foster going and playing a maybe underneath or up alongside Oggy Williams.
So Blake and Williams out. Running downhill, looking for the equalizer. They almost found Collier, 6'4" New Zealand giant. And what a big man running as a striker. Second stint for Elliot Collier with Indy 11, 6 years removed from playing for the team in the final third of the 2018 season. Martin.
He's had limited minutes, Dean, but I know that with 5 goals this season in limited minutes, the numbers of goals per minute is phenomenal. So they'll be hoping he can make an impact today.
Rafa. Maldonado back to Rafa. Rafa with Stanley on the mark. Rafa. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick. North Carolina FC.
And Louis Perez, as he was coming on, Dean, he was trying to get a message to Colin Martin. I think the little tweak in midfield with Perez coming on for Rodrigo da Costa will see Colin Martin probably sit a little bit deeper in front of the back three, with Perez and Maldonado doing the work ahead.
Maldonado. Headed by Conway. Luchadores night. I've actually finally figured out the match that everybody is waiting to see after the game, and that is without question Cam Newworth versus Mark Dry.
How did I know Mark Dry's name was going to enter that?
That would be epic. Normally I'm out of here before they're even thinking about turning the lights off, but I would stay for that matchup right there. Dry Newworth.
What are we going to do? That's a sore one on Elliot Collier. Colin Martin picking up the yellow card there. I think he knew it. Collier driving forward, all 6'4" of him. Martin clumsily or cynically just plows into his standing leg. Yellow card all day long. And that puts 2 of the midfield 3 for North Carolina sitting on yellows.
Cam and Mark, 2 of our outstanding cameramen. Brian Ware, one of them. Our producer, Joe Ferrara. Paul Alexander Bean, part of the crew. Ian Lang, Ryan Moeller. Alex Karastelov, Daniel Bentley, Andrew Taylor. Kyle Lang's crew. Emily Hunter Valencia, the VP of Broadcasting for the club. Mad props to each and every one of them. They all make coming to WakeMed Soccer Park part of the joy for both of us, I think, Andrew.
Absolutely, yeah. I echo that sentiment. Great support, great environment.
Foster, Batista.
Oh. Foster's had a quiet second half, but now in that central area, coming deep, picking it up. He's got a low centre of gravity and his ability to just move the ball and skip past players.
2025 season tickets on sale now.
He's a real threat. Surprised to see Jack Blake go off, but when you can bring on Douglas Martinez Jr. and Elliot Collier.
Maldonado with a long bomb trying to find Louis Perez. John Bradford pretty much guaranteed me a spark off the bench from Louis Perez tonight, as like all of the players that normally start when they get sent to the bench, they come out with some fire.
I'll show you, Coach. Great sub to have.
How about that ball from Mikey Maldonado? Are you kidding me?
And Mikey's had a phenomenal season. It's not a part of his game that I think is a weakness. Let's just keep this consistency going, because he's been one of the real strong points of the team this year.
Yeah, it's not just me. There's been other people that know a lot more than me that think Mikey Maldonado could be like a not in the same spot, but like DJ Taylor, make his mark here, get noticed by the next level, and DJ has had a successful MLS run.
Yeah, for Mikey, it's one of them, like, he's gotten better at USL Championship level than he was at League One, so he's risen to the challenge, which I think is good for anybody out there watching him.
Perez lands ahead of Bryce Washington, who played collegiately at Rutgers and Pitt. There's Bryce Washington again. Foster, Stanley making the run. Collier over to Stanley, off of Rafa. So Quinn will make his way over. Minute 77, WakeMed Soccer Park, the town of Cary, North Carolina. This will be the venue for both the men's and women's College Cup in December. Sent in by Quinn. Pretty good ball. Outstanding ball, but McGuire gets the lone deflection and pulls it out of the air.
Scary moments for the home team there. Augie Williams just ghosting in unmarked to that near post. I thought for sure he was going to glance it past McGuire, but let off for the home team. That clean sheet still intact at the moment.
Olex Anderson Jr. Oh, good idea from Olex Anderson Jr. Ezra Armstrong. Ezra, couple step overs. Ezra, power and speed. Ezra, Olex Anderson Jr. And how about North Carolina FC 2-0.
Talk about protecting the clean sheet. A second goal, do even better. Ezra Armstrong, we highlighted him in the open. This is fantastic work from him here as he goes one-on-one with Hayden White, gets the better of him, pulls it back to Olex Anderson Jr. And the only place I think he could put it with his facing the wrong way is in that bottom corner. And he just clips it, guides it into that bottom corner. No chance for Hunter Sult. Well, you've got to give credit to Ezra Armstrong there. He's done the hard yards. And Olex Anderson Jr. gets the goal that he was going in search of today. And like most of the players on the field today, he picks up his yellow card.
Olex Anderson Jr. Shake the referee's hand.
It's like North Carolina bingo. You mentioning Mark Dry, Olex Anderson Jr. scoring a goal, getting a yellow card, coming off. Honestly, he'll add a few more squares to that card, Dean, I think.
Kind of an old dog.
A Shaft Brewer.
79th minute.
NCFC goal.
I definitely did say that nobody finds Olex Anderson Jr. better than Ezra Armstrong, and it was Ezra Armstrong that found him again.
Goal number 42, Ezra Armstrong. NCFC yellow in the 70th.
Now Ezra's got to defend.
Olex Anderson.
And he does. Martin send it out of bounds.
And we talked about Batista and Armstrong, didn't we? And they've defensively done everything that was asked of them. Got to give you credit for the Batista one, Dean. That was not one I was looking at.
Well, he had been out of the team, and obviously the Malou red card, which cost the team dearly at Memphis. And you got to go 87 minutes down a man. It's hard to win on the road. Ooh, a little flick right there.
Wow.
Collier almost pulling one back.
Get another look at it here. It's a great ball in. Collier will feed off these all day long. Maguire looking to punch it again. I think he should have done better with the initial punch. As he just punched it out to Martinez and put it into a great area for Collier. And time's running out. They need a goal soon. And that would kind of set some nerves jangling amongst the home team. It's a huge 3 points if they can see this out.
North Carolina FC looking to have their first victory against this talented Indy 11 team since 2017. It would be just the 5th time in 20 matches, as this is match number 20, just the 5th time that NCFC would get a full 3 points against Indy 11. As I say that, I know there's 10 minutes and added time left. Perez replacing Rodrigo da Costa, and then Shaft Brewer Jr. replacing Olex Anderson Jr. Stanley, Foster, Shaft Brewer Jr. Got to get on his horse. Does well to knock it off of Foster. Blake now on the bench, quickly getting into Stanley for the throw in. And then there's Bryce Washington, just solid and steady. John Bradford, every time I ask him about Bryce Washington, I can't see him because we're on the phone, but I can feel him smile the way he talks about him.
He just quietly goes about his business, doesn't he? Reads the game well. He stepped into midfield on a number of occasions today to try and deal with that. Some of those players playing off the front. You see him here just trying to deal with that ball in. Some big players on the field now for Indy.
Third minute. North Carolina FC 2, Indy 11 0, Indy 11. Woo. Thought Augie was going to find that.
It's a great ball from Quinn. Stanley, as always, getting into some dangerous areas down this left flank. You can see why he's got the most assists for Indy 11. I think on that one, Dean, he probably could have been selfish and gone for goal himself.
I agree. Collier, Batista, the high clearance. Maldonado's got time. Maldonado over to Perez. Back to Martin. Martin with another brilliant CFC for the next 5 games on the road. They've only won 1 of the last 8 games away from WakeMed. They're 1-5-2. Indy, 3 of their next 5 games at home. Key fixtures include Lewis City and at Detroit City as they fight for top 4 in the East. Sent back across. It'll go off of Batista. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick coming for Indy 11. As we showed you at halftime, Lewis City in firm control, with Charleston also in firm control, particularly if they can beat Tampa Bay today. Tampa Bay came back to beat Pittsburgh and end their 10-game unbeaten streak for the Riverhounds. As you talked about, New Mexico United is the first team in the West to qualify for the postseason. Corner kick coming. Turn. Just a little bit off the goal there. Good opportunity by Indy 11. We get Sunday afternoon on ESPN2, Detroit City and Louisville City. Minute 86. How about North Carolina FC? They were knocking on the door for that second one. Olex Anderson Jr. off the posts. Olex Anderson Jr. perhaps a missed opportunity to lay it off, but it's Olex Anderson Jr. that makes it 2-0, Andrew.
Yeah. Oh, that's out. Called him the master of mayhem. He's always involved in something, and it's always a case of, is he going to score? Create some of the chances himself, and I think you just expect him to finish and have a better goal scoring rate than he does, but he's well on his way to write his name into folklore here in North Carolina with that Brian Shriver record in touching distance.
Rafa fouled by Aiden Quinn. Fair play from Aiden Quinn. Craig almost dribbled it out of bounds, but kept it in. Conway. Now Craig. Perez, Martin. Really not much Martin could do with that ball. He's going to try to win it back anyway. Batista slides in front. Batista and Augie Williams continue to go at it deep into this one. What a battle. What a battle.
Yeah, Batista, I think, coming back into the team after a few weeks out. Tough game to come in as well against the likes of Romario Williams and Augie Williams, and I think he's been brilliant as well, Dean. He'd be somebody that I'd be highlighting as having a really good game today.
Quinn. Couple fouls in a row. Mikey Maldonado dropping dimes. Batista, good pass to Rafa. Foster. Augie. Now Collier. Taken away by Shaft Brewer Jr. Rafa. Too tall for Conway. John Bradford likes that play better than the one prior from Rafa, where he turned it over. 89th minute. Foster. Sub coming now for Indy 11. Player I know really well. A star for the Ohio State Buckeyes, Lawrence Wooten from England. Two-time Big Ten Midfielder of the Year for the Buckeyes. Big-time player right here. Although I said it on the air when Ohio State beat Penn State at Penn State 5-0 last week, that the Buckeyes might even be better without Lawrence Wooten this year. Brian Mazanoff, former member of the World Cup team and Olympic team, player of the year at Indiana, longtime associate head coach, now in his 7th season at Ohio State, has the Buckeyes clicking top. There were 7 prior to that Penn State win. So Wooten, good to see him out there. Not gonna lie, Andrew Tate, I kind of like saying Ohio State Buckeyes.
It's your school right there, Dean.
Well, my school's Ohio U, but when you're from Ohio, it's hard not to know what's going on with the scarlet and gray. Any chance we can make you part of the Buckeye Nation, or?
I'm up for grabs, Dean.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm not attached to much, really. Yeah. Don't think they need me, though, Dean, to be honest. I think they've got a few fans out there.
Fans, the fourth officials indicate a minimum of 5 minutes of out time presented by Town Properties.
Don't I have to perfect the Ohio State? Isn't that something I have to get down pat?
You know what you're talking about.
I'm getting there.
So 5 minutes of added time brought to you by Town Properties. As Williams sends it over, here is Wooten. Wooten, far side. Armstrong wins it back. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowners and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. Learn more at townwithaneproperties.com as we are in the Town Properties added time, and that'll mean an appearance from Jaden Cervania, number 10 for North Carolina FC. We'll get a chance to break a sweat.
I think Jaden Cervania winning a free kick would complete your bingo card, Dean.
Oof. That's well said.
He's not got a lot of time to do it, though. He's not even on the field yet.
We're in the 92nd. Wooten. Collier. Wooten makes a run. Wooten. Wooten drops it. Deflected by Maldonado. Won there by Rafa. There's Wooten with the sliding tackle. Bringing some good energy off the bench for Coach McCauley. Chef Brewer Jr. Ezra Armstrong will head it out of bounds. That'll lead to the whistle to bring on the sub. It'll be Evan Conway coming out for Cervania.
Fans, put your hands together for number 11, Evan Conway. Restore hyper-wellness substitution for NCFC in added time. Stepping off the pitch, Conway. Coming in, number 10, Jaden Cervania.
Cervania in to try to close this one out. Ezra Armstrong goes down. Slow to get up. Foster, and more Foster, but denied. Now Rafa waiting to get it from Louis Perez, who is fouled. It's been a long time. 2017. A long time ago, the last time North Carolina FC took 3 points from Indy 11. They're going to do it tonight. NCFC, they'll play 3 games in 7 days. Don't have a giant roster. Anytime you see a player go down late, knowing that the next game, Batista is already out, you just don't want to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be the away form for North Carolina. That's going to, I think, determine whether they get in or not. With 4 out of the remaining 6 games on the road, 3 of those against Eastern Conference opponents. They're in and around the playoffs right now. Here we go. Cervania.
With Wooten all over him, Cervania always makes the most of his minutes off the bench. Not where he wants to be, but he's dealt with it. Young professional. We have played the 5 minutes of Town Properties added time. And there it is. How about North Carolina FC? First time since 2017. They get 3 points, a 2-0 win over Indy 11.
Yeah, massive 3 points. We said coming in it was going to be huge. They've beaten a team that's been their bogey team for a number of years now, and they've propelled themselves back into that playoff mix. And now it's going to be about what they do on the road to really hopefully give themselves a strong push to the end here.
Couldn't be said better, folks. With that, we're going to send it to break and come back and wrap things up, put a bow on it. I'll say it again. How about North Carolina FC? They knock off Indy 11 by a score of 2-0. Stay with us.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo.
You'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
So on Luchadores night, it was a bit of a wrestling match to start, but North Carolina FC, the cleaner of the two teams, a well-deserved 3 points and a 2-0 win over Indy 11.
Yeah, fantastic performance from the home team. There's that defensive solidity and work rate throughout the team, I think really gave them the platform to go on, and then they took full advantage of the chances they created. So unfortunately for Indy, not the result they were looking for, not able to get the back-to-back wins, but they were looking to try and bounce back next week.
Let's take a look at the highlights in this one.
And here is Ezra Armstrong, the man of the hour, working really hard here. Turnover. Evan Conway finds Colin Martin, who lays on a plate for Rafa Mensigan, who does the rest, swings his left at it and puts it in the perfect spot, right off the underside of the bar. No chance for the goalkeeper. 1-0 North Carolina, and that's how it would be at half-time. Akira Fitzgerald getting all the credit. But here, some good play in the second half from Indy 11. Mario Williams testing Jake Maguire from distance here after good link-up play with Malik Foster. And here you see Jack Blake winning the ball back and then getting things going the other way. Feeding the ball out to Foster again. Not able to find the target there. Kind of the tail of the tape for the visitors. But here's Ezra Armstrong. We've seen so many times going 1v1 against Hayden White. And he gets the better of him right on the byline, cuts it back. And number 9, Alex Anderson Jr., doing what he does best, finding the back of the net. The only place I think he could put it, facing the wrong way. Cranes his body and his foot and guides into the bottom corner, and 2-0. Selfies all round.
Ezra.
And the moves to go with it from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines International. Very even in shots, isn't it?
Yeah.
Percentage possession. India had a lot of the ball, but North Carolina happy to let them have that possession and look to hit them on the break. A lot of corners for Indy, just wasn't their night. They had some chances, didn't take them, and they'll rue those going into the next game.
I want to thank Kyle Lang, Emily Hunter Valencia, Joe Ferrara, Sir Paul Beam, Ian Lang, Ryan Moeller, Alex Carastella, Mark Drive, Brian Ware, Cam Newworth, Daniel Bentley, Andrew Taylor. For the great Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke. Your final score is North Carolina FC 2, Indy 11-0. Leaving me saying one more time, how about North Carolina FC?
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.